I have noticed something strange. A lot of people talk about relationships the same way a broke person talks about winning the lottery. They don't just want it, they're convinced it will solve a bunch of other problems too. Spend enough time online, and you'll start thinking your life is on hold until somebody chooses you. Everywhere you look, somebody's posting engagement photos, wedding videos, anniversary pictures, relationship goals. After a while, being single can start to feel like you're missing something. Like everybody else got invited to a party and you're still standing outside. I think that's why so many people spend years obsessing over relationships, not because they want a relationship itself. They're hoping a relationship will get rid of whatever they don't like about their current life. The loneliness, the insecurity, the feeling that they're behind everybody else. The problem is, life doesn't work that way. I've seen people pray for a relationship for years, then they finally get one. 6 months later, they're dealing with the same issues they had before. Different person, same fears. Different relationship, same insecurity. That's because relationships are terrible at fixing problems they were never designed to fix. A boyfriend can't give you purpose. A girlfriend can't give you an identity. A spouse can't wake up every morning and convince you that your life matters. That's way too much pressure to put on another human being. And yet, people do it all the time. They walk into relationships carrying expectations nobody could possibly meet. Then they're shocked when disappointment shows up. When I read 1 Corinthians 7, what stands out isn't what Paul says about marriage. It's what he doesn't say. He never talks like marriage is the grand prize of Christianity. Honestly, that's refreshing. Because if you listen to some Christians today, you'd think getting married was the final boss battle of life. Find the right person, get married, live happily ever after. Paul doesn't sound anything like that. He talks about marriage, he talks about singleness, but his attention keeps landing somewhere else. God. Over and over again, God. Not because marriage is bad, because marriage isn't ultimate. There's a difference. Some people are waiting for a relationship to do what only God can do. That's the issue. And I don't think most people realize they're doing it. You can tell when somebody has started treating a relationship like a savior. Their mood rises and falls with another person's attention. One text can make their day. One ignored message can ruin it. One compliment makes them feel valuable. One rejection makes them question everything. That's a miserable way to live. Because people are inconsistent. Even good people are inconsistent. They get busy. They make mistakes. They disappoint you. They're human. If your entire sense of worth is tied to another person's approval, life becomes exhausting. What makes this even harder is that our culture constantly feeds the fantasy. Nobody makes movies about contentment. Nobody writes songs about being perfectly okay without a relationship. Everything pushes the same message. Once you find the right person, everything clicks. Except that's not what happens. People carry themselves into relationships. Whatever was happening in your heart before usually follows you through the door. I've seen insecure single people become insecure dating people. I've seen anxious single people become anxious married people. A relationship changes your situation. It doesn't automatically change you. That's why contentment matters so much. And contentment isn't popular. It never has been. We're trained to keep chasing the next thing, the next achievement, the next purchase, the next relationship, the next milestone. Then we get there and immediately start looking for something else. Paul had a completely different mindset. He understood something that takes most people years to learn. If you don't know how to be satisfied in God now, a relationship won't magically teach you later. You'll just bring the same emptiness into a new situation. That's why I think so many people are disappointed. Not because relationships are bad, not because marriage is bad, because they expected more from those things than they could ever deliver. A relationship can be a blessing. It just can't be the foundation holding your entire life together. Only God can carry that weight. And honestly, that's good news, because people will fail you eventually. Every single one of them. God won't. So before spending another year thinking a relationship is the thing standing between you and happiness, ask yourself something. If God gave you the relationship you've always wanted tomorrow, what problem would it actually solve? And whatever answer comes to mind, are you sure that's something another person was ever meant to carry?